welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. It is Throwback Thursday, and I am going to use the Gorgeous Posies retired set to create this card. It is inspired by a Facebook post or a Pinterest post by the Crafty Medic, which I believe is Stephanie Plesher. So thank you very much for this inspiration. I used the Gorgeous Posies set, and I also used the Hive 3D embossing folder. So what I started out with is a Gorgeous Grape card base, a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of basic white, a piece of basic white big enough to use the tailored tag punch on, and then a piece of Gorgeous Grape big enough to cut a mat out around it. So once I got it finished, I also looked at it and went, it could use something. So I've got a piece of the Highland Heather sparkly ribbon to put underneath this when we're done. I used Garden Green for the leaves, Highland Heather for these little berries, Blushing Bride for the little sprigs, and Gorgeous Grape for the large flower and the greeting. So the greeting is already done, so I can put that off to the side. So what I did is I went ahead and I used my Gorgeous Grape and I stamped one big flower here and one big flower down towards the bottom like that. And then I came in with the leaves. I kind of start with the biggest element and then work down to the smallest element, because then you can kind of piece everything together and the little elements can fill in. And you can do as many leaves or as few leaves as you like. You can actually mask the flower if you want. You can stamp a flower on a spare piece of paper and then cut it out. And then when you're putting your leaves down, you can put the flower mask over top of the stamped flower, and then the leaves don't overlap it. But I kind of like the whimsical look of the overlap on this one. So I'm going to stop there with the large leaves, and then I'm going to come in with the Highland Heather and do the little flower buds or berries. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but just going to come in. Keeping in mind, I am going to put my greeting in the middle, so I probably don't need a lot of more pieces in the middle. I'm just kind of randomly popping these down. They are just that shade, just that little bit lighter than the Gorgeous Grape. Just a slightly different tone as well. Okay, so now I need to come in with the Blushing Bride and just fill in some bits and pieces. So I'm just going to pop that there like that and put some up there, come in here, some over here. This is just kind of meant to be, you know, you get baby's breath in a bouquet and it just kind of fills in the background. That's all I'm trying to do here. Just do some fill. Okay, so when we think we are finished with what we want to do, we can run it through the Stampin' Cut machine, or a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the Hive folder. So this again, the Hive folder is a new product in the mini catalog. So I'm combining an old stamp set with some new pieces just to give it that little bit fresh look. So we'll run that through, and let's just drop that down like that. And we can pop this out, and there we go, just like that. And what this means is I can, to mount this, because it is a 3D embossing folder and it does make the edge of the paper wavy, I tend to put the Stampin' Seal right along the edge, like that. And I realized I didn't change my grid paper underneath, so you've still got all the blending from the last video I did. And we're just going to drop this down like this. Now, you might notice a difference between these two in that the Hive folder, I did this one kind of upside down, so the bumps came up, and this one I've done it so the bumps go down, which is the way the folder is designed. You can do it whichever way you like. And you know what? I have adhered this now without putting the ribbon on. So I think maybe what I'll do then is just fold the ribbon over, and then I can put, I had meant to put the ribbon around like this, and then put the greeting down on top of it. But I think what I might do is I might just fold the ribbon over like that and put the greeting over top and see what that looks like. Now, the tailored tag is one size. It doesn't have another size. There's a couple of ways that you can size up to make a mat on this. You could punch another piece out of this, cut it in half, and then size it onto here. What I am going to do is I am just going to trim it up. Now, you can use your paper trimmer if you like. I am just going to use my scissors. I'm going to get my longer scissors out to do the longer pieces, and then the line is more straight and even, and you don't get those little cut marks in it, like whereas you snap, snip, snip, snip. So I'm just going to come in here and trim that. This one is a really easy one to trim against because it is nice and straight. And then one last side. There we go. So let's get these small pieces out of the way. Now we can dimensionalize this. Let's just sort out our ribbon and trim the ends of the ribbon, just so we've got some interest in the points here. And I'm just going to put some adhesive down here like this, because I know I'm going to put my greeting over here. And then I will pop this down. I'm popping it up a little higher because I know I want my greeting to kind of go here. And I think actually I want this to be over just a little bit. So I'm just going to move it over. See, this is what happens. I get playing and I think, oh yeah, I'll do this and this and this. And then I get to do it and I'm like, oh no, I need to do it a different way. So you can watch me have an adventure. My kids will tell you it's like driving with me. It's like, oh shoot, I should have turned there. Well, let's have an adventure and go see what's down this street. So let's get this all attached down and we will be all done. So we're just going to line this up with the edge, pop it down like that. And there is a retired set using Gorgeous Posies, our Throwback Thursday card. Gorgeous Posies, and we've used the tailored tag punch and the Hive 3D embossing folder. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the Crafty Medic for the inspiration.